If you're a subscriber to this channel, which I'm sure you are, you would know that myself and one other channel went to Ryobi in the Rigid headquarters, brought you the Ryobi Link system first before anybody else on the YouTubeage, and we brought you inside the Ryobi mower factory. But in today's video, I am going to show you something really cool. Not only one thing, but many things that Ryobi got coming out in 2022 that you're probably not going to see anywhere else. I also caught on video the drama between me and the other channel that was invited down there. And, well, let's just say I was yelled at by Ryobi.
It's pronounced Ryobi!
Yeah, they're definitely wrong about that. But let's start with some of the smaller, cooler gadgets, and then I'm going to show you some really,
About 2.5
awesome
years ago,
stuff.
it all started with this product right here. This is our 150 watt topper, as we refer to it, battery powered power source. It's going to charge anything from your cell phones up to powering. The wildest one that I've heard is a pitching machine. So a little t-ball, or not t-ball, I guess, but pitching machine in a little league game. Don't have to worry about the cord running over the baseline. So you know, kids will still probably trip at some point, but not over the cord anyway. So next up we have our 300 watt 40 volt. This is pure sine wave technology. If you're not familiar with it, it's just safe for sensitive electronics. It's launched not too long after our 150 watt topper, and it's been a great seller for us. A lot of people, about 10% of the population anyway, look for that pure sine wave spec, and really kind of search that out. So they don't have to worry about damaging telescopes. You know, if there's CPAP machines are sensitive, they like camping. Great opportunity there. And then earlier this year, we launched our larger power station, 1800 watts, runs on up to 4 40 volt batteries. What really kind of separates us away from the competition with this is it is parallel capable. So you can connect this model with another power station just like this one, or any of our gas units that are parallel capable as well. So it's really kind of ultimate versatility here. Big benefit here also is, I'm sure you are already all aware, you can use this inside, so you don't have to have your generator outside worrying about fumes, refueling. You can just have it right there beside your TV or refrigerator.
So you can pair this in parallel even with a gas.
Exactly.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yep. And then if you're not familiar with it, we do have our Gen Control app, and again you can control basically everything from your phone. You'll get your wattage readout, and then if you have it in parallel mode, you can just swipe between the two screens and monitor both products at the same time. So that's where we've started and kind of where we are to this point. And now we're about to break into a new department, our automotive power sources, automotive power inverters, more commonly referred to as. And we're super excited about this opportunity here because we're about to just disrupt the entire industry. Right now, basically, you've got your 450, 500 watt power sources up to 1500 or even 2000. Some go even higher than that. But consumer grade anyway, that you can only use them in and around your vehicle. So you've got your car battery under your hood. You can hook this up with the alligator clamps, or if you're inside of your cab, hook it up through the cigarette lighter adapter. Well, what we've done is we basically added the 18 volt capability. So you can get, out of this model anyway, 800 max watts. And we've got our two 120 volt outlets, two USB-A ports, USB-C port, and then not what really anyone's doing today, they have the pass-through 12 volt CLA. But even better than that is you can plug in your 18 volt battery, and you can now use those 12 volt devices away from your vehicle. So really kind of ultimate versatility here with this new model that we're coming out with, and this will be, you're actually the first one seeing it in person. Yeah, within the next, I don't know what, maybe 3-4 weeks, it'll be
hitting the shelves.
Yeah,
Really?
in store.
So pretty unique. Today, all power inverters that are in the automotive department are only going to pull power from your car battery. With this, we're giving you the capability of doing that, but you can also detach all those cables and just slap in one of your Ryobi 1 Plus batteries and use it remotely. So now you can take that device with you anywhere you want to go and utilize however many 1 Plus battery packs you have. No one has done that before us right now. So it's about ready to hit the market in the next 30 days. So pretty excited about it.
So pure labeling here, 800 watts off the alligator clamps, 300 watts off the 18 volt battery, and then 120 watts off of the cigarette lighter adapter, which is fairly industry standard, just because you have to play around with the fuse inside of your
So Andrew,
box.
just for video quality and content for them, maybe disconnect the cables and show how the 1 Plus battery goes in.
quick to disconnect. Plug in 1+ battery.
And now you're 100%
Good to go.
portable.
Wow.
So laptops, TVs, fans, lights. If you have it plugged up to your car under the hood, small power tools. A lot of people will use these as power backup in emergency situations. You know, if it's just a few hours, hook it up in their garage, run an extension cord to their refrigerator. Tons of options here. And then we've got our battery topper here. Whoops.
That's cool.
And then you can use
It's a great
it
solution.
on your desktop, basically. So, completely portable again. So, this is all fun stuff. This is all, like I said, hitting the shelves or on the shelves. And now into some of the new stuff that we're getting into. We've got a new charging inverter. So you can see there's a red light here. We've got it connected through a USB-C cable up to our 60-watt panel. And when I connect the battery on here, we've got enough sun here. It's going through an evaluation mode. And it should turn green here in a second. I think this might be a full battery, so. And it is. So completely charged. But, you know, say it wasn't. On the 60-watt panel, you can get 4 to 5 4-amp-hour batteries, and then up to 9 2-amp-hour batteries charged in a day. That's with full sun. So a great option for people who are going remote.
And this product was designed purely out of the request of consumers. I mean, the current power source that we have, you can run off the ONE+ battery, but you can't recharge a ONE+ battery. So it's the most common request. I wouldn't say it's a complaint because most of them absolutely love it, but it's like, hey, look, why can't this thing also charge my battery? So we solved that. One of the other most common requests we have is, when are you going to have the ability to recharge with solar? You have these devices, so we solved both of them at the same time with this new one, so we're pretty excited to bring that to the market.
Now, as for the solar panels themselves, you will be able to buy smaller or larger depending on your power requirements, and they'll also be hitting the production areas in January 2022, which is this month, so look for them at the Home Depot pretty soon.
All right, Ryobi chainsaws. We have something for every customer. It's the song remains the same on all the categories. You'll see that as we go through. For chainsaws in particular, we have a ton of customers that kind of book in their saws. They'll have a small pruning saw for limbing and pruning, and they'll also have a Mac Daddy saw for felling and bucking logs. So we've had tons of customers that have a low-end saw and a high-end saw and use them both, equally as much. So these small pruning saws, great for limbing and pruning, lightweight, tons of runtime. This guy we're really proud of. This is our pruning saw, our oil-free pruning saw. So we noticed in a lot of our testing that, well, number one, we got a lot of feedback. Every saw leaks, right? Every saw at some point, you have oil all over the place. You're having to buy oil. So we're like, on some saws, do you even need oil? So we did extensive testing with lower chain speed saws and found that after hundreds of thousands of cuts, if you're below 5 meters per second, you don't need oil. You just don't. The chain, it cut the same number of cuts and the same quickness of cut on an oil saw versus an oilless saw. So we launched the oil-free saw. We have an oil-free pole saw that we're going to come out with as well. So customers love it. Lightweight, agile. Got tons of really cool reviews saying it's really neat not to have to worry about oil. We have some in the manual. You can put a little oil over it if you need to, or if you feel like you really need to, but you don't need oil for this guy. Pretty cool breakthrough, and we're getting a lot of credit for it for sure. Again, as you move up through the saws, you get faster chain speeds, longer bars. These are true gas replacement chainsaws. They're better than gas. So with a gas saw, you only have the torque that the speed of the motor is going to give you. Once you hit load, it slows down. As you use a gas chainsaw, as soon as you hit load, it's and you got to push through it. With these brushless saws, the PCBA, it senses the load, and you'll experience it when you use the saw here in a minute. When you experience load, it revs up and pushes through that cut.
All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
Oh, TRZ, come here for a second, cuz I gotta tell you a secret. Alright, buddy, I'm on my way. Yeah, what's up, buddy? What do you need? Everything alright? Nobody beats me, cuz. Doodle chop! Huh? Oh! 99% don't know I doodle chopped you, cuz.
Real nice.
Look, I'm gonna go again.
1 inch cut capacity.
Oh, the
But cool
pain!
thing here
Take
is
me to the hospital! It hurts! Take me to the hospital!
speed.
Starting out with these two, these are going to be, more blowers that are replacing, a broom. You're not going out and replacing gas units, obviously, with this. As you step up, you'll start to go from, simple on-off switches, lower amp hour battery. Actually, once you get here, pretty much everything's going to have a 4 amp hour battery to give the customer the runtime, which is really cool because as you start to go up, you're going to increase retail with performance. For example, going from 200 CFM to 250 to 280. You're really just adding that value as you go up. So really important that we have 4 amp hour batteries across the board because in most cases these are $99 batteries. So if you're selling a tool for $129, it's awesome. You're getting a blower charger for $30. It's fantastic. As you start to get up into our brushless units, that's when you're getting up to 350 CFM. You're actually getting out, bridging that gap between our broom replacers and getting out in the yard and actually moving leaves. So as we move up to our brushless models, you're getting upwards of 350 CFM here. Again, still 4 amp hour batteries here. But what I'm really excited to show you guys, I really want you guys to get this in your hands and demo. This will be similar to what we did with the chainsaws. The demo is really where this all comes into play. But this is our 18 volt Whisper HP blower. So you're going to get 450 CFM here, and you're going to get 130 miles per hour, 4 amp hour battery. Now, 450 CFM, 130 miles per hour, sounds like it should be pretty loud. So here's your high speed where you're not hitting that quite yet. Here's turbo. That's pretty 450, 130 miles per hour.
That's 400 CFM. That's 450 CFM. Yep.
And as you move the leaves, you'll see that this is actually doing work. Now, just stepping into 40 volt, we're going to have our opening price points where you have just variable speed trigger, no turbo button, and then you get up to your next brush. That's when we include a turbo button. So you're always getting a little bit more as you step up in retail. And then really excited, this year we're launching 3 more 40 volt HP brushless Whisper tools. Now, I've already seen a video. You guys got your hands on the 730 model here. We're also going to have a 650 CFM and a 600 CFM. Again, 730 CFM, 190 miles per hour. Sounds like it should be pretty loud. That's high. Turbo, absolutely unbelievable. You want to hit turbo there? We've obviously learned a ton in blowers. You'll see this is our 18 volt model that exists today. So what we originally found out was that we were essentially taking foam mufflers in the back and the front of this blower, and that was pretty much the start of it. That's what we were doing. We've incorporated a lot more with our 40 volt HP and our new 18 volt HP. So basically you're taking that same type of foam, you're still going to have it in the outlet in here. That's why you'll see the difference in the tube shape. But instead of having the honeycomb design in the back, we were able to wrap foam in this inlet here. So you still have the foam back there, but what we found really helps this is by shifting the motor and the fan further away from the inlet. That actually helps the noise as well. So obviously you lose some efficiency when you have that honeycomb in the back, so we were able to obviously go from 410 CFM to 450 and be just as quiet there. So also Whisper.
So cordless battery-powered hedge trimmers. Again, in my opinion, I tell people this a lot. Homeowners, I believe, get more out of a hedge trimmer as a cordless unit than any other type of handheld unit. You're not using a cord, which you're going to cut. If you use a corded hedge trimmer, you're going to cut the cord at some point. And you're not holding a unit with a gas engine in between your hands, stretching out over hedges. You're grabbing the unit, you're popping in a battery, and you're going. get tons of runtime on these things. It's very low amp draw, so tons of runtime. You're able to use lightweight batteries and get your job done. And you're not holding a gas engine in your hand or cutting your cord. So again, the step up here is you get longer bars as you go up. You get thicker cut capacity as you go up. You notice the hedge sweep that is unique to Ryobi. So the hedge sweep is obviously as you're using your hedge, you have big boxwoods and all of your clippings turn brown, and you come back in a couple days and it's brown throughout your hedge. This sweeps the clippings off of the hedge as you're going, so you're not having to come back and get those clippings. This is only Ryobi can do this. We just kind of as we step up or as we replace units with life cycle, we don't do it just to do it. We don't do it to make it look different. It has to perform better, or we're not going to do it. And we've hit a home run here. It's faster speed, it's more ergonomic, it's lightweight, and it's going to last longer because it's a better motor inside of it. Moving up to 40 volt, this is bigger shrubs, thicker shrubs, 1 inch cut capacities. With those, once you go up to 1 inch cut capacity, you have to have a dual lockout, so your hands are on it at all times. Once you get into 1 inch, they feel like your hand could really get in there and cut your finger off. So really cool safety feature. I'm really behind this actually because you kind of get careless when you're in hedges and stuff, and it's easy for your hand to kind of get a little squirrely, and it's you can really hurt yourself with these things. So I like what the more powerful ones are two-handed operation. We also, I'll tell you whatever. So we have a Whisper hedge trimmer coming out. It's going to be very quiet, very smooth, no vibration, and it's going to have a 1.5 inch cut capacity, which is the biggest cut capacity in the history of hedge trimmers. So you'll be able to cut this down with the hedge
In
trimmer.
the history of hedge trimmers,
Yes,
it doesn't matter propelled by
No,
battery
1.5
or
inch.
gas or anything.
Have we seen anything 1.5 inch? No.
Wow.
No. So this is an inch. Ego has 1.25 inches, and that was the kingpin, and we're going to go 1.5 inches.
Wow.
And you got the rotating base on that too, right?
Yep. So rotating handle. So this allows the customer, as you're,
Yeah, nice.
you're always in a comfortable position here. You're not stressing your wrists. As again, these things get a lot of runtime, right? So you want to reduce fatigue at all costs. We do that with reduced weight, less vibration, and giving you features like this to make sure that your arms are always in a comfortable position.
Sydney Wilkinson, and I'm a senior product manager here on our outdoor product team. So I actually cover string trimmers, hedge trimmers, and a few other categories that you've kind of seen today. So just like we said with all the blowers, chainsaws, hedge, we've got to step up for every single customer that's out there. But basically today I'm just going to hit on our new products really fast. So starting off with our 18-inch, or our 18 volt. So as we've mentioned today, Whisper is a huge component with us and what we're kind of looking to get into come into the new year. So this string trimmer is a 15-inch string trimmer. So it's about 2 dB quieter than any of our competitors. So looking at that DeWalt string trimmer over there, Lacey, I don't know if you can hit that one for me. So with our Whisper components, again, these are EV units, so there are some things that are going to be different once we actually do launch in the stores.
I.e. quieter. This will actually be quieter in production.
Yep, quieter in production, longer booms also than what you're seeing here today. So these are a little bit short. But this will actually come with a 6 amp hour battery, so increased runtime compared to, like I said, a lot of the competitors out there, as well as what we currently have. Most of our stuff has a 4 amp hour battery on it right now. It'll have that high-low speed switch and variable speed trigger, and then it'll have a 13 to 15-inch cut swath with our motor down low. So some of our key components with a lot of our Whisper stuff that we've actually come out with, we found that direct drive with the motor being down low is actually allowing for less vibration within the unit, as well as cutting out a lot of that noise. We have resonators and holes in our guards, so that's a very new kind of thing that you'll actually see in the market. You've probably not seen this before. So those are some of the biggest things that we're looking at with this guy.
So the guard acts like an orchestra pit, right? If we took the guard off, you wouldn't even be able to hear the noise at all. As soon as you put that guard on, it's like, wow, sound.
Yep.
So we found that putting those holes in the top allows some of the sound to escape, and it's all the sound still coming out, but it's coming out of different places and at different speeds. So that really that dropped like 2 dB just by adding those holes.
Wow.
And I thought for sure grass would just be flying out the top.
No.
Nothing. All the grass hits the house. So that's pretty cool.
Moving into our 40 volt. So last year we introduced our 40 volt carbon fiber string trimmer, and this year we will actually be introducing a 17 inch. So this will have a adjustable 15 to 17 inch cut swath. It's going to have 0.105 line, so massive line size compared to what you're normally seeing. In the previous model for the carbon fiber, it's 0.9 or 0.095. Then we'll have the same thing, whisper with this one. So our motor's down low with that direct drive, the holes and the resonators that are in the guard, and then we'll have a carbon fiber tubing, and this will be a dedicated string trimmer. So that's in high. Just turn the knob, and then it has right here, and it comes off, and then you can just trade it out with any of the other ones. So, yep. So we have the edgers, brush cutters, all kinds of things that we do sell separately. And also with this one, as well as our carbon fiber, we do have the 2-in-1 heads that actually snap on there. So you can have the blades on there to where they just snap on and off, and they can replace that bump feed head that's on the bottom, or they can switch it to our pivoting fixed line. Yep.
That's cool.
So last one that we'll run through really fast, just because this one's kind of unique. So this is our 3-in-1 trim mower that we're really excited about. So this has a 12-inch cut swath. You actually just hit this button right here, and you can pop it right out, and then you can do all your trimming and your edging. So right here, the head will actually turn, and then it has a pivoting head for when it's in the mower so that it can actually pivot and adjust to whatever height you like.
When's this launch, or is it launched already?
So this is going in production in December, so it'll probably be about March.
So yeah, here we have our current mower lineup that we have currently in stores. Starting with our 18-volt line, we have the 13-inch and the 16-inch mower for the users that are currently in the One Plus system. Small, lightweight, still going to give you that great performance of a cordless mower. Moving up, we have our current 20-inch mowers. These are our bread and butter. These are what we sell the most of. It's kind of what has allowed us to become the #1 cordless mower brand in the world. And over here, we have the new iterations of these two mowers right here. These are our 20-inch 40-volt HP mowers that are hitting the stores this spring. A couple of differences we have from the current gen to the new gen are going to be, you can look at the handles. These little clips here used to have to extend. There were 4 points of contact to get the handles up and down. Moving over to these, we just have these 2 clips at the bottom. Much simpler to have the customer fold and unfold the mower. We have, as you can see on this one, traditional 3-in-1 with mulching, bagging, and side discharge fresh out of the box. You don't have to buy any attachments to do that anymore. We learned a lot from these 21-inch mowers that have been out in the market now. They're killing it, great. Our highest rated mowers that we currently have, like the side discharge, adding that in so customers can kind of do it all in one go, as well as the height adjustment you can see on this. It's on the side here, super easy to lower and raise. In my opinion, much more simple to use than the previous iteration of these. So more customer friendly, easier to use, and still going to give you that great performance that these saw in the past. So the customer's not going to be missing anything there. Just making it a lot easier to kind of get the job done, get it packed up so you can finish the job quickly. And I'll let Logan touch on the 21-inch mowers and things moving forward with that.
Yeah, so like Hayden said, these we sold a ton of these because they're perfect for most yards, right? Most people just want a great mower that they can rely on, and they did a great job. With these, we were able to bring these to the U.S. These are manufactured in that facility you guys saw earlier today. Something that we're really excited about, really proud of. This dual blade mower, and this is our single blade unit. The goal with these was to bring cordless convenience to the gas market, right? So be able to produce a mower that had those features that cordless customers love, but that will cut on par with or better than most premium gas competitors. And so that's really what we wanted to do here. That's why we added the traditional side discharge so that you could do 3-in-1 cutting with bagging, mulching, and side discharge. They have a great quality of cut. The bag fills all the way to the brim. They've just done a great job, and the quality for built in USA, like he said, has made it our highest rated mower, and something that we're really excited about. We're going to continue to invest in, and you're going to continue to see more and more of those made in USA high quality mowers roll out in the future. So.
Very big wheels, so you can transport them between jobs, and folding handles. Simply just unlock here and you can fold it all the way down, for better compact space. It does come with the 1 6-amp-hour battery. Gets about 15 car spaces in one charge. All right, next up we've got the new 21-inch snowblower. So as you can see, we upgraded the handles, aluminum extruded handles. We also got the folding handles I just showed you. But this one actually comes with two 7.5 amp 40 volt batteries. So it's actually going to have about twice the power that you see on the 18-inch, because it's actually have 2 active battery ports at a time. So it's going to be draining both batteries at once to give you that extra power. You can do up to 25 car spaces here. Okay, a 2-stage snowblower. So this is the most powerful 40 volt tool we've ever made. Okay, it has, again, 4 6-amp-hour batteries that come with it, and all these ports are actually active. So it runs all 4 of those batteries at once. It is 80 volts as a system. It has heated grips. It has fuel gauges up here. You have the drive variable speed. You have reverse, forward. You have auger speed. I mean, it has all the bells and whistles you're going to need from a 2-stage, and it has 2 brushless motors inside of this.
So 4 active battery ports.
Right.
Do you need all 4 batteries to run the tool?
No, it can run off of 2.
Okay.
So it is 80 volts, so 2 of them are in series.
Gotcha.
So it's either the right or the left bank, and there's a lot of labels in here to explain that to the customer.
But it will drain all 4 equally?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it will drain all 4. Well, actually, when you use it, you'll see it depends on how big of a snow pile you're going through, because sometimes it kind of uses the left first and drains it down, but you do have 2 fuel gauges here, so you can see which bank is being used more. Okay. But technically, when you're going through large banks where you need the extra oomph, the extra current, it will bring all of them down together. Okay.
Today. For the sake of time, like Fernando, I'm going to walk you through our brand new unit. Now, I know last night you guys got a little bit of insight into what's coming for 2022. You know we're going lithium, which is going to be really exciting. But this is our newest lead acid rider that we just launched this year in 2021. It is our 54-inch Ryobi 48-volt HP brushless zero-turn mower. So some of the upgrades we made, these are some of our current units that we have that were launched previous to this year. This is obviously an upgrade from our 42-inch GTR. Some of the big differences, number one is going to be this 10-gauge steel fabricated deck. This thing is awesome. Not only are you getting that bigger cut capacity up from the 42 to the 54, it's meant to stand on, which is a really great pro feature. You have the foot grips right there. And one of the awesome things that we did, we listened to our customers. We knew it's hard to get the deck off. We made it so much easier for them. It is just a 5-point contact. All you do is you unscrew the connections to the deck motors. There's a carabiner back here that you lift up, and it's easy to remove the deck. So you're going to be doing a lot bigger yards with this unit. You get up to 3.5 acres of runtime. Easy to take the deck off, change your blades out, clean the deck. We do have a mulching kit for this unit, so you can easily put that on. We made this really simple for our end users to use. Some of the other great features here, it comes with 115 amp hour batteries. You're going to get 4 of those. It's going to be 5,520 watt hours. You have some great onboard storage, charge port right here on the back. Super easy to plug up into the wall. We have armrests on the unit, so you can see on our 42-inch that was a feature that we added as a step-up strategy. You're going to have updated handlebars that are going to be really great. You can rest your arms easily, mow with one hand. I do it all the time. It is so relaxing. And unlike gas, it is so easy. All you do is turn on, let go of the brake, pull the handles in, you're good to go. You have your LED battery indicator, super easy to read. You can just turn it on, see it's at 90%. Aux cord, charge your phone, listen to music.
And today we're just going to talk to you quickly about 2 of our newest electric pressure washers, and then also our 2 newest Easy Clean power cleaners. And we have some of the accessories laid out on the table as well that we can take you through if you have time. But, for electric pressure washers, typically what you've seen in the market for electric pressure washers, they're anywhere from 1,500 psi up to like 2,000 psi, right? And then gas consumer pressure washers typically went from like 2,300 up to like 20, or 3,300 psi. But with the technology improving and continuously improving our efficiencies with the pump and motors, you'll see now we have a 2,700 psi and a 3,000 psi electric pressure washer. So now you're really getting into that like gas-like power that you would have had, you know, before and now with the convenience of plugging them in, electric pressure washers. To kind of take you through some of the features really quickly, again, it's 2,700 PSI. It comes with the 5-in-1 nozzle on it, right? So you don't have to go back and use your separate individual nozzles. Makes it nice and quick to be able to select your different 15, 20, and then your soap selections as well. And this one is on a hand truck style frame. It still has the large 1-gallon soap tank that comes with it. And you can see from the side here, basically it's using a large brushless induction motor. And then this is a gas style pump that's on here. So typically with most electric pressure washers, when you release the trigger, it kind of shuts off. But on a gas unit, when you really, and we can show you here, when you release the trigger handle, it just goes into bypass, right? So the engine still runs, same thing here, the motor still runs, so it's always ready. As soon as you pull the trigger, it comes out of bypass and your power is right there. So pretty cool design. And then when you step up into the 3000, this is our newest pressure washer. And if you've talked at all about like inverter generators, you know how they work and they have a big like digital controller board in there. It's similar to that, right? So instead of an AC induction motor, we have a DC brushless motor in this one. And it actually has a digital control board, very efficient, that's now running that DC brushless motor. And one of the really kind of extra cool features on this one is we actually are running water through the board to actually keep the electronics cool in there. So it's a water-cooled digital controller on this one. And then, you know, of course, since this is the top of the line 3000 that we put the roll cage frame design on it. We have the, you know, we stepped it up to the overmold trigger handle on this one. And again, it's using a gas style pump, so the motor stays running, and then it just goes into bypass when you release the trigger handle. So I guess we'll kind of save it to the end to play with them when I run through the power cleaners. Okay, yeah, and we'll take it back to the end. So these are the two newest power cleaners. If you guys have seen what we have in the stores today, we have a Brush Easy Clean Power Cleaner. It's 320 PSI. I think it's on special right now for like $68, $69, where normally it's like $99, so that's a great deal. But these are the new brushless versions. They're 600 PSI, and basically the difference is we have the 18 volt, but then we also came out with a 40 volt for our customers that have the 40 volt platform. We came out with a metal wand on these, where the other ones in the past had the plastic wand, so just beefed that up a little bit more compact, lighter weight, but works with all of our 1+ batteries. This kit comes with a 4 amp-hour 18 volt, and it's at 159.
All right, so it was awesome today. Literally got to see so many new tools from Ryobi, and I can't thank Ryobi enough for allowing us to come out here and get all of this stuff on film. I mean, really, do you at Ryobi have anything to say?
It's pronounced
Ryobi!